Oh boy, it is lawsuit city for a whole lot of people. Jamie Foxx, Guns N' Roses, the former CEO at Bad Boy, all getting the lawsuit before that New York law sunsets. Denzel Washington is back with Antoine Fuqua, gonna play Hannibal. Teyana Taylor might get an Oscar, and Nia DaCosta and what she did with Ms. Marvel just put her as the highest paid African American woman director in film. We got that, black entertainment news, and much more. Lamont Tyson, Life Gain Show, goes down right now.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
What's happening, YouTube, TikTok, and the podcast world? You're in the building with y'all loving, all feeling, all seeing, all powerful, just damn everything, all everything. Lamont Tyson in the building, bringing you guys the information about movies, film, and other news that affects the culture. Please be sure to subscribe to me on all those fronts: TikTok, Instagram, of course on the YouTube channel. And if you ever want to get in on the comments on this section, the link that you see on the screen, streamelements.com/Lamont Tyson/tip. That is the place where you can leave me your comments, send a tip, and not worry about YouTube taking any money out of it. And I will start doing a show where I read people's comments on the air. It'll be a strictly reading people's comments show because you guys drop wonderful comments. Speaking of you guys, shout out to a wonderful audience. You guys have empowered me to do what I'm doing. I enjoy doing this for you all, and I enjoy you guys coming back to see more and let me know how you feel about things. So far in the building, we got the big homie Rashonda Greer, whole lot of other people holding me down, and let's just get right into the stories. Number one, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know this brother, don't you? Denzel flippin' Washington. He's done a bunch of movies with director Antoine Fuqua. And they just sunset the Equalizer series with the Equalizer 3. I saw it. Decent movie. If you're a Denzel fan, Dakota Fanning fan, you liked it. Wasn't the best, but it was a good movie. Well, guess what? That love affair that they got going on, that team up that they got going on, is going to continue to happen. This time, my man Denzel is going to be playing Hannibal. Not Hannibal, the old evil guy from the scary movie Silence of the Lamb, but Hannibal the Conqueror that rode through the Roman Empire on fucking elephant back, picking niggas up with elephant trunks, things like that. He's going to do that for Netflix. Let me let you guys hear the latest on that, and then we'll come back and discuss if it's worth your watch and if you're going to watch it.
After Napoleon comes Hannibal. The next great general in world history will receive a cinematic masterpiece in 2024, for which director Antoine Fuqua will be responsible. In the leading role is Denzel Washington. According to Deadline, streaming giant Netflix is planning a monumental historical epic about the legendary general, the man who crossed the Alps on elephants and almost brought down Rome. The Equalizer director Antoine Fuqua will direct the project, while Denzel Washington will be taking on the starring role. This will be the sixth collaboration between the two. In addition to the 3 Equalizer films, they also brought The Magnificent Seven and Training Day to the big screen. For the latter, Washington was awarded the Academy Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role. The actor wanted to take on the role of Hannibal 20 years ago. However, family circumstances prevented this, and so the project was put on ice for a long time. Now though, the biopic, which is to be written by screenwriter John Logan, is finally getting back on track. Logan has already impressed with his scripts for Martin Scorsese's The Aviator and Ridley Scott's Gladiator, making him a connoisseur of historical material. It remains unclear when Hannibal will be released on Netflix.
Well, damn. You got the guy that did The Gladiator and The Aviator. Both were great historical films. You got Antoine Fuqua directing. This shit is going to be badass. Denzel on elephant back, going to tear up the Roman Empire. And if you guys don't know anything about Hannibal, look him up. Right now, they just dropped Napoleon in the movie theaters, and a lot of people know about him. But I don't want to say that the history books are skewed, but they're fucking skewed. So you don't hear about Hannibal that much unless you are a true historian. And some of the things this guy did, I would even venture out to say that the term guerrilla warfare was probably done by him, but they didn't call it that back in the day. So I can't wait to see it. I can't believe that this was something he wanted to do 20 years ago, and this thing has been sitting on the shelf for 20 years. I'm going to be there for it. Definitely. I'm the type of guy who, I'm a science nerd, but I'm also a history nerd too, because it's fascinating to me how societies raise up, get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they start having these giant social gaps, and the people outside looking in decide, the hell with this. No, we're not going to stand for this. And then they tear down societies. They get somebody on the inside, and the societies crumble. Does that sound like something that's happened here? It's happened to every major society in history, and I can't wait to see how Denzel and Antoine hook up on this one. So post me your comments, man. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be real good, and that's definitely a first day watch for me on Netflix. And to be honest with y'all, I don't be rocking with Netflix like that. To be honest with you, I guess I'm one of the people where you get bombarded with so many choices, it turns me off. But when I hear about something that's similar to this, I'll give it a shot. So let me know if you're going to watch it. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. What up, Big Wolf? And we'll go on to the next story, my people. Coming in next on the story, y'all know this sister. First time I seen her, I thought that was, what was my girl's name? Grace Jones' daughter or something. And it's not. This is Teyana Taylor. Has a distinct look, keeps herself in great shape, multifaceted, sing, dance, skate, act. Chick can do it all. Well, check this out. She's up for an Oscar. Let's see what they're talking about. Teyana Taylor, in a film she did called 1001, is up for Best Actress category in the Oscars this year. It reads as Inez, a born and bred New Yorker returning from a prison stint on Rikers Island. Taylor brings humanity, grace, and ferocious spirit to a woman displaying a relentless determination to remain in her son's life and preserve her family. Her spirit burns bright, as does her characteristics, desire not to be defined by struggle. Come on in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next Oscar winner in about 20 years is coming in here. Is my daughter, Elle. This is my ham daughter, okay? If we was doing a Thanksgiving feast, my son would be the turkey and my daughter would be the ham. What do you want to say to him, Elle? You want to say hi? Yeah. My co-hosts are not here. It's all women tonight. And the women always get in here late. That's something I don't want you to do. Don't be late, okay? Cool. Okay, are you going to say something to the people? You going to say hello? Or do you want to sing to them? You want to sing to them? What do you want to say? What do you want to say to them? I think this and sing. Okay, what are you going to sing? Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, or a Christmas song?
Christmas.
Okay, go.
To death, sick, peace. My name is Fred, and the new girlfriend. Oh my God. I'm going to shake it to the video. Oh, girl. Come with me. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah! Because I'm going to play, baby.
She's singing Shake It Off, y'all. She loves herself some Taylor Swift. Shake, shake, shake. All right, Elle, baby. Tell them goodbye. 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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was my commercial break. My daughter singing Taylor Swift. Now back to Teyana Taylor and her Oscar aspirations. Has anybody even seen this particular movie she played in? What was the name of this thing? 1001. I haven't seen it, but I do like Teyana Taylor. I like her style. I like her swag. She seems like she's got an old soul, and I'm a big fan of all that. But I haven't seen many of her performances. Um, I've heard that she can't act her butt off. And for those that have seen 1001, do you feel like it's Oscar worthy? Do you think this is something she should get the Oscar for? Uh, Post your comments, let me know. I hope so. Like I said, I like her spirit, I like her energy, I like who she is. And I probably need to go watch a couple of her performances to get a better understanding of her range as an actress. But from what I have seen, I think she can possibly win it. So let's see what happens, y'all. Let's see if she go ahead and get that Best Actress award, Hollywood, and let's make it happen. Shout out to everybody that's celebrating Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Just make sure you're safe out there. Traffic is heavy. A lot of road construction all over the place. And I want you all to be very happy. Catch me on the podcast. Listen to what we're talking about on the podcast. Help you with that drive. And go and enjoy your family or whoever you enjoy yourself. If you don't got family, don't be afraid to enjoy yourself. Take yourself to do something fun. Go see a movie. Go get a massage. Go work out. Go get some junk food. Go get junk food, come back, watch TV, watch sports. You know, just because you don't have family or supporting system doesn't mean that you can't have a good time with self. Learn to love self first, and it'll be hard for anyone to treat you wrong because you won't put yourself below anybody else. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody who's celebrating. Happy whatever to people who are not celebrating. And to my crew out here, be safe. Next topic, ladies and gentlemen. We got this brother right here who I think he been drinking some Fountain of Youth juice. Damn if Eddie Murphy don't look young as hell. He's going to be in something called Candy Cane Lane. He's going to be playing Chris. And Tracy Ellis Ross, who has one of the biggest rump roasts in all the entertainment, is going to also star in it with him. Of course, you know your boy got the trailer. So let's take a look and see what this is all about. Y'all know how I feel about Christmas movies, but I'm a big fan of both of those actors. And so I might take a look, but I don't know. Let's see.
Everybody listen. This is important. I'm going to show you guys something. And when I show
Oh, boy. Candy Cane Lane coming, ladies and gentlemen, December 1st on Amazon Prime. The trailer don't look bad. At first, it looks like it's going to be a competition on this street that I'm assuming is called Candy Cane Lane of who has the best Christmas lights. And I'm thinking to myself, back in the hood where I come from, it used to be a competition of who has the tackiest fucking Christmas lights, okay? I mean, the shit wouldn't even be Christmas lights. And they just be strolling lights up all over the place like it's Christmas light. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And then this thing quickly turns into something with miniature people talking, sorcery, witchcraft, and his family looking like they're some superhero where they've got to find a ring of power to, I guess, save the McDonald's people that was in that little house. It could be interesting. It could be fun. It could be cute. We saw DC Young Fly. We saw Eddie Murphy. We saw Tracy Ellis Ross. And I think that they all have a great element to add to the story. I'm going to have to say, man, it's going to have to be for me to watch it, not you guys. I want you guys to let me know if you watch it. For me to watch it, it's going to have to be something where I'm going to play in something. And that's not to say that I think it looks horrible. I just got a lot of stuff on the plate. Then Power starts around December 1st. And I'm going to have to do reviews for that. Then I still got my slate of movies I got to go in theater to review. So I've got to catch that when I'm kind of forced to catch it. But I support my people. So you guys let me know. Is that the type of Christmas film you want to see? Or are you being oversaturated with Eddie Murphy? Because Eddie Murphy all over the place. He got all kinds of stuff coming up. I like him enough where I say you can't get oversaturated with him as long as what he's in is good, as long as the story is good. So I might mess with it. You guys let me know if you're going to watch it or not. It's up in the air for me. That's all I can say. It's up in the air for me. It's up in the air. Then, ladies and gentlemen, let me put this sister up here. Next subject. This sister right here. Nia DaCosta just got finished with her directorial debut at Marvel in The Marvels. I actually liked the film. It didn't make a lot of money, but I did like the film. I've heard my Anglo-Saxon counterpart saying that she ripped off this movie Spaceballs. I've never seen Spaceballs because I don't want to think about balls in space. But in any event, this sister has made some history. Let me tell you what she did. There's been a lot of talk about the Marvel's performance at the box office. And though many are talking about how it underperformed, they're not noting that the film has broken more ground for Black women filmmakers. Yay! The Marvels, directed by Nia DaCosta, is the highest grossing film ever for a Black film director, surpassing Ava DuVernay's A Wrinkle in Time, which was a wrinkle in shit because it wasn't good. The Marvels has currently grossed $160 million worldwide, while A Wrinkle in Time grossed $132 million. DaCosta was previously second to DuVernay with her previous film, Candyman. This means DaCosta has 2 out of the 3 highest grossing films for Black women. This statistic has highlighted in Deadline's latest article about DuVernay's origin becoming the highest tested film for DuVernay and Neon. However, this fact has been drowned out across entertainment outlets as a whole in order to highlight and perhaps in some cases hype up the fact that the film was an overall underperformer for the Marvel studio, which has films that have grossed $1 billion, such as Black Panther. Well, I'm happy for the sister. I'm happy for Black people. I'm happy for women because when given the opportunity, we can do good things. I do hate that the movie didn't do as well as it normally would do in the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it's a down period right now for Marvel. Like I said, the movie was good now. Don't get me wrong. The movie was good. It wasn't a top 10 Marvel movie by no means of the imagination. None whatsoever. It wasn't in the top 10. But it was a good movie. And think about what that says about her. She is the highest grossing Black female filmmaker. And this was a sad movie for Marvel. You could make a lot of arguments that the only reason that she made this kind of money is because she's already on the gravy train called Marvel. Wrinkle in Time didn't have a franchise to hype it up behind it. It did have Oprah and some other big stars in it, and that wasn't even enough to push Ava DuVernay past $132 million. Having said that, I hope that the hyping up of the fact that she is the highest grossing Black female filmmaker helps her retain more jobs at Marvel. Because if this was like a hot season at Marvel, she would have got close to $500 million, but she didn't because this has been a down period in Marvel because of all the things that happened under the leadership of Bob Chapek. And just instead of quality, we're just going to pump out quantity. So for me, I'm happy for the sister. I hope she gives back and open up doors for other Black young filmmakers such as myself. Hey, Nia, I got scripts. Hey, Nia, help a brother out. Post your comments if you guys celebrating this sister. Did you see the movie, by the way? And what did you think about it? I liked it. It wasn't a top 10 Marvel movie, but it was good. It was good enough. It was good enough. And ladies and gentlemen, that, let me make sure before I say it. Yeah, that is going to conclude the Black entertainment news in terms of film and movies. But in terms of others, my people, we got breaking news all over the place. I mean, just all over the place we got breaking news. So let me first start with breaking news number one. The former CEO and president of Bad Boy Entertainment, Harv Pierre. And let me just say this. If you in Hollywood, you do not want your name to be Harvey anything. You don't want to be Harv. You don't want to be Haverty. You don't want to be Harvey. You don't want none of that because your ass obviously have a problem keeping your hands off women when they tell you no. Harv Pierre just got hit with a lawsuit following behind Cassie, and New York has that rule that's about to sunset. I think it's tomorrow. Let me show you guys what's going on. Shout out to Forgotten Kings TV. This is a clip I got from him. Let's take a look. He's on YouTube. Check him out.
It was reported that former Bad Boy president Harv Pierre is now being sued for sexual assault. That's right, y'all. According to the report from Rolling Stone, a lawsuit was filed earlier today at the New York County Supreme Court. The plaintiff, who was going by Jane Doe, has accused Pierre of grooming and sexually assaulting her during her time working with him as an assistant at the storied record label. According to Jane Doe, Pierre used his position of authority as plaintiff's boss to groom, exploit, and sexually assault her. The suit claims Pierre engaged in a year-long pattern of grooming plaintiff, leading to sexual harassment of plaintiff and sexual assault. The alleged victim claims she was sexually assaulted by Pierre on multiple occasions between 2016 through 2017. The woman is seeking damages to fully and fairly compensate her for the physical, emotional, and psychological injuries she has as a result of the alleged assaults. Now, of course, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, and Comb Enterprises also listed as co-defendants on this lawsuit, and they also responded to this lawsuit, releasing a statement that reads, "We have recently become aware of a lawsuit filed in New York by a former employee. The allegations are from many years ago that were never brought to the attention of the company. Neither the plaintiff nor the executive are current employees of the company. We are now investigating the allegations, and our top priority is the safety and well-being of our employees." All right, now again, for those who may not know, Harv worked with Bad Boy from 91 all the way through 2017. Okay, of course, it was reported that he left Bad Boy briefly around 95, but eventually he returned with the company. Now, for those wondering, why are these lawsuits happening right around this time? What is going on? Well, for those who may not know, all of these lawsuits are a result of the Adult Survivors Act. Okay, those wondering, what's the Adult Survivors Act? It's a statute that allows a one-year window for alleged victims of abuse in New York to bring civil lawsuits even if the statute of limitations have passed. Okay, November 24th is the final date to file a lawsuit under this extension. Okay, so this is why we're getting another headline involving, former employee with Bad Boy Records.
I guess they called it Bad Boy for a reason. Not to be outdone by more lawsuits. I mean, lawsuits is coming in here like ham sandwiches, bro, man, was stealing out of Martin's window. Breaking news. Jamie Foxx has been hit with a lawsuit. Not to be outdone by this guy, Jimmy Iovine, who was the head of one of these record companies. And then last, but definitely not least, coming in this piece, Guns N' Roses singer Axl Rose accused of, 1989 sexual assault? Good God almighty. So I'm going to focus on Jamie Foxx because this has been a rough year for him. Had that stint in the hospital. He was in an in and out relationship with what was not Brad Pitt, but anyway, had an in and out relationship with old Katie Holmes. And let me read to you what they're saying happened with him in his lawsuit. Okay. It is saying in the docs, the plaintiff claims Fox then allegedly slid his hand into her pants and put his fingers on and in her vagina and anus. Ew. Hope he didn't smell his finger afterwards. But anyway, she says her friend came over and saw what was happening, and then Jamie stopped touching her. She claimed she was injured and had to undergo medical treatment and suffered pain, suffering, and emotional distress as a result of the sexual assault, abuse, and battery. You guys know I'm pretty liberal. I support the women's movement. I support justice on any event, whether it be done to a man, whether it be done to a woman. Did he stick his finger so far up her butt she had a hernia? What kind of injury could she have gotten from that? But more importantly, how was Jamie able to get that close to her and not only touch, rub, and insert her vagina, but also her butt crack? Like, I want more detail. Like, was this some kind of dark room where it's just them two? Because I think that a lot of women, if a man gets that close to you, especially if you don't know him, you're not even going to let him breathe on you. Now, that's not to say that this didn't happen, but this one sounds touch and go to me. It sounds very touch and go. Maybe she invited him over and was allowing him to flirt with her for a little while, and then all of a sudden he went too far. That can happen. That definitely can happen. Just because I want you to, maybe caress my butt don't mean I want you to stick your finger in my butt. I get that. But the issue that comes to play for me is, other than the friend corroborating, because these are civil trials. These aren't like criminal court. How do you prove or disprove who's right, who's wrong? Clearly, Jamie's going to say, no, I didn't do it. She's going to say, yes, you did. And maybe the friend is going to come forward too. But if there's a big payday involved, you do the math on that. Now, if this really happened, I definitely want her to get some justice. But it needs to be proven that it happened. And then if we get to this guy right here, Jimmy Iovine, whatever, let's read his. Interscope Records co-founder Jimmy Iovine is being sued by an unnamed woman for sexual abuse, forcible touching, sexual harassment, and retaliation, according to a document filed in New York court Wednesday, November 22nd. That is today. This is hot off the presses. Through the full complaint is not yet available, a summons with a notice was filed by the woman's attorney, Douglas Whittegor, and Meredith Firetog at Whittegor Law. The case includes accusations of multiple instances of abuse, along with a specific incident of sexual misconduct that occurred. Now, see, in this guy's case, this might be provable. Multiple incidences, if it really happened, most of the time there's some receipts. Didn't say when it happened. Let me see if we go back and said that. It didn't say when it happened. Oh, 2007. Okay. Still a long time ago. And it also read sexual misconduct. What is that? What is that? Above it says abuse, forcible touching. So that's sexual misconduct for sure. Sexual harassment, that's sexual misconduct. A specific incident of sexual misconduct. I think this chick got receipts. He might be going down. And when I first looked at him, I was like, he ain't the type that like women. But apparently he likes to force himself on women. And don't be surprised if we get more lawsuits coming out the woodworks before this law sunsets. Guns N' Roses guy. I know you should never say somebody's guilty before it goes through the court and all that stuff. But of all the things I've heard about these rock stars and, party like a rock star, getting people drugged up, let's read what they got to say about him. ABC News is reporting Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose is being sued by a former model who claims he sexually assaulted her in a 1989, according to the court documents obtained by ABC News. Sheila Kennedy, a former Penthouse model and actress, filed a lawsuit in New York Supreme Court on Wednesday accusing the musician, whose real name is William Bruce Rose Jr., of sexually assaulting her in his hotel room after meeting him at a nightclub. Now, see, that one gets real sketchy. Again, just because you go to someone's hotel don't mean you want to mess around with. However, late at night after a nightclub, what are you doing in somebody's hotel? Now, if he forced himself on you those time of the hours, because maybe the implied thought was, you coming over here late, you want me to make a move, and he made a move. The move could have been too strong for you, and you told him stop, he didn't. But under most pretenses, it is usually understood you leave a place of party and alcohol, and you follow someone over to their home, their hotel, or even your house. Like, they're already thinking, we about to get it in. And that's fine. But if you or him either says stop, it's got to stop. But we need proof of all this. And it's getting to the point, men, where it's like, dude, you might have to start signing consent forms. And even if you do that, that shit don't work. Because just because someone signs a consent form, at any point in time, if they still say stop, no, don't do this, you have to stop. You don't do it. It's no stop. Even if you sign a consent form, the only thing the consent form would do would have them know that the person came to wherever you're at and was willing to, I guess, appease you in some sexual act or whatever you put in the clause. But it's getting to the point where you're going to have to start doing that, men and women, to protect yourselves. But it's crazy. All these are civil cases. And it seems to have come after a cavalcade from Cassie, who clearly had receipts. Like, she had pictures, she had witnesses, she had people that she was dating. Cassie came for the throat. And she deserves every penny of what she's getting. Every penny. We have to see if these other people got evidence, ladies and gentlemen. We have to see. Because what we don't want to happen, and I get that for so long in our society, women have been mistreated, messed over. You claim that someone who's in power has done wrong, and no justice happens to you. I feel you. But we don't want to overcorrect when you have women who are just doing this just to get a money grab, which is why I say people have to protect themselves up front. You got to start protecting yourself up front. So post me all your comments on this stuff, man. Jamie Foxx, Jimmy Iovine, the Guns N' Roses guy. You guys let me know what you think. Oh, let me go back to the bad boy dude, because I think he's up the creek too, this guy right here. The thing that's so bad about him, and I bet you there's receipts for his case too, his alleger said that he was grooming. Now, if y'all don't know what grooming is, that's when you get someone who's under 18 and you basically taking them under your wing, you sweeten them up, you spicing the pot up, you sugaring her up. And then when she gets of age, and possibly before she gets of age, you start making your moves. I am damn sure she got evidence. Damn sure she probably got evidence. The bad boy empire is about to crumble. Not to mention, P. Diddy had this contract with Macy's for Sean John to be in their stores, yanked them out like a yo-yo in the hands of a 2-year-old, and it ain't come back up. Bitch hit the ground. He's out. Who's wearing Sean John anyway? Sean John was out when I was in high school. I ain't worn Sean John since my senior year in high school. So who's still wearing Sean John? Let me know. Post me your comments. Let me get into some more of this other news. Matter of fact, this is going to be my last piece of other news. Then I'm going to see you guys out of here for a happy Thanksgiving. A lot of you guys know that I was a big fan of First Take, Stephen A, and Skip. I thought that they had great chemistry together. And when I heard they were splitting up, I was sad. Then my wife found Skip on a show with the big homie, my uncle, Shannon Sharp. And I started listening to them go back and forth. Okay, he could take the place of Stephen A. Smith. As a matter of fact, I like him better than Stephen A. Smith. And then as they grow in the years, the show gets more popular, mainly because of Unc. Unc wanted a little bit more creative control in the topics they picked. That's all he wanted. Skip said hell to the no. And so that leads to, there's always been an off-screen back and forth between Cameron and Skip Bayless. And it went to a fever pitch this week when Skip Bayless was talking about how athletic his ass is based on his 8th grade basketball team. And Cameron went in for the juggler. Ladies and gentlemen, take a listen at this. This should give you a nice little laugh before we get out of here.
Yet right away, for reasons I can't explain, I found that I was really good at sports. Number one, especially good at baseball, but number two, also at basketball, which weirdly was my first love, and I don't know exactly why. But in basketball, I was actually explosively good in 8th and 9th grade.
He was the top scorer in 8th grade.
Athlete of the year.
Athlete of the year. AAU.
MVP basketball camp.
MVP of the basketball camp. Yo.
Yo, Skip gotta let it go, man.
Skip, you be reaching so much,
Yo,
Skip.
for real, bro.
You gotta be fouled out by now, Skip.
For real. That was a good one. That was good. For real, man. Yo, Skip, what I'll say is this, man. This is the reason why you and Jalen Rose got into the beef that y'all got into.
Yeah.
Because you keep acting like you was this superstar athlete, and it all ended at 8th grade. Like the nigga,
it's like Jingle. His game didn't translate.
Yeah, like, exactly.
To high school.
Yeah, and then the nigga, when he was arguing with Jalen Rose at the one time, Skip was a junior playing JV. That's illegal, bro. Like, you can't play JV as a yo, Skip, that shit was illegal, bro. Stop.
He was ringing.
Yeah, secondly, you from Oklahoma. Did you Google real quick?
Yeah.
You're from, if I'm not mistaken. Shout out to everybody in Oklahoma City. Now, not shout out to Skip.
Oklahoma.
Skip, when you was playing, how old is Skip? 97? 71? Yeah, OJ
91.
71.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is this, Skip and OJ, y'all look great for your age. Both of you guys, pause. But, Skip, you gotta let this shit go. You ain't the juice. You ain't Hall of Fame, nigga. We got Hall of Fame up here, nigga. You 8th grade with it. Stop this shit, man. Secondly, you probably was playing when no black people could play in Oklahoma. It's probably segregated. Shit was definitely segregated when you was all-star AAU and all this other shit. You was playing in the Andy Griffin, that shit, you played in black and white. You could not play against no black players at the time. You played in black and white, my nigga. Stop, my nigga. Skip. Stop with this athlete shit, because every time you talk about it, you're embarrassing yourself. This is what, and this next thing that I will say is this. To all my niggas that's going over to that shit. Like May said, I don't know why Skip ain't found out. The reaching he's doing this season is crazy. Bubba Dub, I hope you got paid. I know Lil Wayne getting paid. That's my nigga. Breezy, Yellow Breezy, get your money. Skip using y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Yo, he think that we the cool niggas and we ain't gotta try hard to be cool. This nigga's like, oh my God, how do I be cool? Even fucking OJ's cool. These niggas is cool, man. Find me some cool niggas. Yo, if anybody that's popping on the gram, social media, do not go up there for free, because some niggas is getting the bag, my nigga. They treating y'all like the NCAA in 1991, my nigga. Y'all niggas ain't
Before
getting
NILs.
Yeah, that's why I said 91.
Oh, it's gonna be a good look for you.
Yo, what are we gonna do? Yo, you ever see they, I won't say their name because they'll be like, oh, we're badgering and then put me. The name of their show, you ever see how it comes on, like their logo? It's gold chains. So like when they be like do and the shit come on, their logo and the shit is gold chains. Skip, get the fuck out of here with them gold chains, bro. Yo, stop, man. Yo, you gotta stop, bro.
Oh my God. Oh man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I used to be a big fan of that show. I did. Until Skip fell out with this brother right here, the Unk. Oftentimes, and I don't know how Shannon Sharp found the composure, Skip would rain down on that man so disrespectful. And Unk would never really get mad. He would never cross the line. He kept it very professional. Right now, Undisputed is getting killed in the ratings so bad, I think they might go beg Unk to come back. They getting killed. I mean, they have a cavalcade of niggas that are hosting up there. They just round them in, round them out. Every Friday, Skip tries to bring black athletes. He's doing everything he can to replace Unk. And nobody's going to replace Unk. Nobody. Nobody. Skip should have gave that man a little bit of creative control. Because like Cameron said, he reaching now. He is reaching. And the magic that that show had, it's gone. And it's not coming back. The only way it's coming back is if you get Shannon Sharp to come through that door and you give him some creative control, and Skip and his ego don't seem like they're going to allow him to do that. So he brings Lil Wayne up here. Him and Lil Wayne get along well. And let me say this about Skip, why I liked him in the first place. Because when I first seen him on First Take, he came off like some of these talk radio dudes who seemed like they was racist. And then upon further review, I learned that he's not racist. He's not racist. He got black friends. But it's like Cameron said, oftentimes it seems like he's using them dudes to give himself culture credit. And I did appreciate that Skip would veer on the side of issues that dealt in the black community and our culture. I did like that about him. He would give you time to have that stuff to talk about. He would support it. And could Cameron be hitting the nail on the head that he's a culture vulture? He's using our culture to lift up his street credibility and give him that black audience like they had me. But he lost me with some of that disrespect to Unk. And I used to listen to the podcast. I used to watch the show. I used to DVR it. I don't even think about it. Matter of fact, I done took the podcast off my favorites. But what do you guys think? Should Skip call it a wrap and retire, or should he beg Unk to come back? Because Cameron dug in him pretty good. So you guys let me know what you think. That's going to conclude this show for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to go hit me on streamelements.com/Lamont Tyson /tip. Leave me a comment so I can read it on the air. Let me know what you guys do for Thanksgiving. And whatever you do, be safe. Let's get ready for the Christmas holiday that's coming. And let's get back to having some fun talking about issues dealing with our culture, movie and TV news on Saturday night. Until that next sexy as hell video, my crew, be safe, and I'll see you on Saturday.